Back in 2011, I was fresh out of college and I just moved to New York City, and I started an internship at a magazine on the 29th floor of the World Trade Center. We were in Building 7, right next to the new Freedom Tower, or World Trade Center 1, as it was being constructed. It was actually level with the 29th floor when I started. I could look out the window and see the workers and cranes lifting up steel and window panes as it went up, floor by floor. It was crazy. Most everybody I worked with was older than me, and a lot of them were native New Yorkers. An older designer guy sat behind me, and he was kind of a jerky dick to everybody who thought he was being funny, but he was just being mean. One day my chair began to rock back and forth, and I think he's just kicking it or shaking me. So I turn around, ready to be mad, but I noticed everyone was standing up and looking around with wide eyes. And then I looked up and saw that the lights were all swinging from the ceilings. The older people, the native New Yorkers, started to move pretty quick. The magazine's managing editor came out of her office that was right next to me and starts directing everyone to the center of the building and to the stairs, which I had never seen before. Nobody waited for any kind of official announcement over an intercom or a fire alarm. I think it was just PTSD was kicking in for these people. And I'm just a kid from Missouri thinking, well, I'm just going to follow everyone else. They seem to know what they're doing, and it's my first week on the job. So we go into the core of the building to a just huge concrete stairwell, and we're rushing down 29 floors. And these stairwells are crazy. They're extra wide. They have forced airflow in them to keep them clear of smoke if anything happens. They are super safe, actually, but it's full of people, and people from other floors are coming out onto the stairs and coming down with us, and until we eventually get to the bottom, we open a door and we're out onto the street. And the streets are just packed with people, all in their ill-fitting suits of the lower Manhattan office worker. It's the whole financial district had just come out onto the street at the same time. We look up, look around, there's no damage, there's no fires, there's no fire trucks, there's no sirens, there's nothing wrong with the building, and our managing editor directed us all to a nearby bar that I would grow to love, and it turns out it was just an earthquake. When you're in a skyscraper, earthquakes feel pretty big. A strong wind can actually feel really big in a skyscraper. It doesn't take a whole lot of vibration. But we got an open bar tab that afternoon, on the company's dime, and I got to have a really good burger that was served on an English muffin. That place had really good food. After a couple hours of just hanging out, eating, and drinking, we all just went home. No one was in the mood to go back to work. But then a week later, a fire safety guy came to the office and yelled at everybody. Apparently you're not supposed to go onto the street during an earthquake because it's the most dangerous place. If any window shattered, it would fall down and impale you. But for a moment, everybody just thought it was 9/11 too, so they just followed their instincts. Since that happened, we had fire and active shooter emergency training every couple months where they taught us what to do.